Okay, class, here we are. Our flip math lesson today is topic number 7, adding and subtracting decimals. Okay, now flip to the next available page in your journal. Okay. Okay, and we're going to title it Adding and Subtracting Decimals. Okay, so and our teak for this is 5.3K. Add and subtract positive rational numbers fluently. Okay, so fluently means that you can just do it off the top of your head. You know it. You know how to do it fluently. Okay, so adding and subtracting decimals. This is not difficult, so I don't want you guys to get all worked up, because really there's just one major rule that you need to remember, okay? And that is that we always, I want this in big letters, guys, always line up the decimals. That is the most important rule when adding and subtracting decimals. You've got to line those decimals up. So, for example, if you have 9 1/10 plus 7 21/100, okay, you'll need to rewrite your equation vertically. So we have 9 1/10 plus 7 21/100. And notice that I've lined up those decimals there. So I'm adding the ones together. My tenths place will be added together, and my hundredths place will be added together. Okay, this is very important that you add these together so that, or that you line these up so that you're adding the correct place values together. Okay, and then the next thing that you're going to want to do is always add ghost, I like to call them ghost zeros, so that all numbers go to the same place value. So here's what that problem would look like. I have 9 1/10. Line up my decimals, 7 21/100. And then I'm going to put my little ghost zero right here. Okay? Because remember, 1/10 is the same as 10/100. Okay? Remember, we can put zeros at the end of the decimal numbers and it doesn't change anything. Okay? So we have them all going out to the same place value. My decimals are lined up, and I'm ready to add. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is bring that decimal down so that it doesn't lose its place. Bring decimal down first. Before you start adding, bring that decimal down. So I'm going to bring it down first. And then, so of course I can add. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 9 plus 7 is 16. So my answer is 16 and 31/100ths. Okay, let's try a subtraction one. We have 31 and 116 thousandths minus 17 and 343 thousandths. Okay? All right, so I'm going to look back up here, and it says always line up the decimals. First thing we do. So here we go. 31 and 116 thousandths. 17 and 343 thousandths. My decimals are lined up, and I'm ready to subtract. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that decimal straight down so that it keeps its spot. And then subtract like normal. 6 minus 3 is 3. Okay, I cannot take 4 from 1, so I need to regroup. So now I have 11 minus 4 is 7. Okay, again, I cannot take 3 from 0, so I need to regroup. Now I have 10 minus 3 is 7. Okay, I cannot take 7 from 0, so I need to regroup again. 10 minus 7 is 3. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So, 31 and 116 thousandths minus 17 and 343 thousandths equals 13 and 773 thousandths. Okay, let's try one with 3 numbers. It's no different. We just line up our decimals. So let's do 2 and 45 hundredths plus 3 and 247 thousandths plus 1 and 8 tenths. Okay, step 1, I'm looking back up here, line up the decimals. So here we go. 2 and 45 hundredths, 3 and 247 thousandths plus 1 and 8 tenths. Okay, I've got my decimals lined up. Now it says here to add ghost zeros so that they all go to the same place value. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add them so they all go out to the thousandths place. Okay. Now my digits are lined up properly, and I can add. 7 plus 0 is 7. 5 plus 4 is 9. Oh, need to bring that decimal down there. Okay, 8 plus 2 is 10. Plus 4 is 14. Regroup the 1. 2 plus 3 is 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Alrighty. And that is the end of today's flip math lesson.